Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Final Fantasy Brief X's video. And don't click off the video just yet. Yes, it's the JP side, but you don't need to know about Japanese because I'll be explaining everything in English. So, the next meta is coming, and regardless of what you guys think about JP units, of course, there will be global leaders eventually. So this is not really about showing you JP units and oh, they're the best things and everything like that. This is more about getting you more aware of the next meta that's going to be coming to the game. Now, you guys might have gotten it all figured out. Oh, just pull for the next Clash of Wills unit, and call it a day. But what if that next Clash of Wills unit is not? What if that next global unit is not a Clash of Wills unit, and instead it's a global original that has a leader skill? What's a leader skill, you might ask? So I've got 5 leader skills. This five leaders out right now. So see this thing right here? Where it's glowing like kind of how like a Brave Shift does. When you're in game and it's doing like that electric thing right there. So, for example, this is the first leader, Deus, and most of you guys may already know about him because his his CG and everything. But he gives 500% attack and magic, and 200% defensive spirit. Sorry, defensive spirit for Anniversary Story, which is a small niche category, or Dark, which is much bigger, of course. So, if you have a whole bunch of dark units on your team, and I'm not sure how on global how they're going to categorize this, because there's a lot of units out there that do multiple elements, and it might be a little confusing. But basically, if your unit can do dark in terms of it has an ability that does dark, I believe, or it has an LB that does dark, or it does something dark, they'll be tied to the leader skill. Because there are some units that I have that are tied under certain leader skills and they work even though they have multiple elements. So Dark will be the first one. Dark will be super meta, especially since there will be a Clash of Wills apparently that soon, as of this video, of course. You may be watching this after that Clash of Wills is already long gone and everything, but they're upcoming in January. There is a Clash of Wills boss that is weak to Dark, so that Dark might be really good again with Deus, and also Sephiroth's upgrades. If you missed a lot of those Sephiroth videos that I made a lot of Sephiroth videos that are his upgrades and things like that as well, so they're very good. I think you guys know about that by now. And so if I had a full team of Dark, they would all get 500% attack and magic and 200% defense spirit. Keep in mind, this is not stack. Friend unit leaders do not stack. You can only get the leader skill bonus from your own leader. So, for example, if I picked another Deus, I wouldn't get 1,000 attack and magic and 400% defensive spirit. Now, that's probably gonna be a popular question when this more in line when that comes out. People are gonna be wondering about that because there's a lot of games out there that do double leader skills like Dokkan Battle or Brave Frontier even. It's not like that in this game. Only one leader skill. That's it, and only yours. You can't bring a friend. That's kind of, I know you guys, some of you free-to-play players are not gonna like that. Because like in Dokkan Battle, for example, you can still bring a friend lead that's much better than your own, which I like that. I like that you can do that. Unfortunately, in this game, you have to have your own leader. So hopefully they'll be making, budget leaders that at least have 200, 300%. There are ones that have 100%, but it's like almost not even worth bringing. There are some units out there that have 100% leader skill. Do I even have any showing right now? Oh, I think. Well, okay, that's not showing where earlier. Yeah, here. So there are some units out there like this guy who has 100% leader skill for certain things, but it's only 100%. It's not that great. And keep in mind, once again, only you can have your own leader skill, and this is not a buff. Technically, it is a buff, but it's like a different kind of buff. Just like how a field is a kind of a buff, right? Where you can stack a field amp on a regular amp. It's the same thing here, where it's not. It's completely separate. It's if you want to think of it, it's kind of like a field, but it's not a field. It's its own separate mechanic that doesn't involve anything. So, for example, you can use Eris buff in this, even though it's not a real buff. Like it doesn't block any of your buffs. It doesn't do anything like that. So it's an extra stat buff. So, for example, wrong leader. Squall can get this much attack under his own leader skill, very nice. And Rain, I think you guys know about Rain at this point. I made several videos about him. Yeah, he's very powerful. He's the first unit in the game to bring the true duo meta back into the fold, and this might be one of the first units on global that even people that are diehard global original only fans that only pull for global originals may be wanting him because he's just that good. He has 8 times cap, and yeah, they might make a global original that has, you know, leader skill and everything, but they might not be making anything that has 8 times cap anytime soon because it's so busted. This guy can beat pretty much anything in the game just because he has 8 times cap, 400% true duo wield. Yes, if you've been off the game for a little while, they buffed up true duo on the JP version, which will become a global version eventually, to 200% to 400%. And only two units in the game currently have 8 times cap, which makes their damage go out, you know, rocket ship type of damage. Himself, this guy right here, and also the upgraded Tifa. And I mentioned Tifa, so if you're watching this video in January and you see that Sephiroth finally gets his buffs, hopefully, and you're wondering where's Tifa's? Well, she doesn't come out. Hers doesn't come out for quite a while yet. So hold your horses. Hers come out around the time of when Zack comes out. So it's quite a bit of ways. So hold your horses a little bit. Don't get too mad about that. If Sephiroth's buffs don't come, then you can raise a record about that. Anyways, this video is kind of all over the place, but I wanted you guys to get prepared for leader skills. And like I said, you can ignore the JP ones if you want, but Global is going to make leader skills eventually soon. So you can't ignore this. You can't ignore this mechanic any longer, guys. If you've been like putting your finger in your ears and saying la la la, I don't care anything about JP. This has nothing to do with JP. I'm just telling you guys about leader skills that are coming to the game. So this is a mechanic that's going to change the game. It makes your units a lot stronger. Like most units that could get 10,000 attack can go over a 14,000 attack. Things like that. So, like I showed earlier, where's that team at? This guy right here, his upgrade, he can get 14,000 attack under Squall's leader skill. Of course, since he is anniversary unit, he can also go under Deus, but I wouldn't recommend that. He can go under some other leader skills, but Squall is definitely his best in slot leader skill because he's light, of course. So, overall, hopefully this wasn't too confusing, but I think I worded the way of how this is a little confusing. Like, it's not a buff. It's hard to word it. It's like a pre-buff. It doesn't conflict with anything. So hopefully that's more concise. Sorry guys. That middle of the video is a little confusing, I realize. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate you. Make sure to be prepared for this meta. Whether it's Deus, Rain, Global Original, Leader, it doesn't matter. Like, I know people are gonna say, I don't care about any of these leaders. I don't care about leader skills in general, but you have to care about them. It's like the next thing moving forward. It's the next goalpost. It's moving the game forward a little bit. I understand, like, new visions in general have been kind of stagnant, so they needed to improve the game a little bit. They needed to, you know, push the game forward a little bit. Make you want to pull a little bit more. You know, people are maybe skipping too many banners. We need to make another mechanic. So can't ignore this for much longer, guys. This is an eye-opener for a lot of you, I'm sure. Alright, see you next video. Peace. And by the way, if I came off of like condescending or something, I didn't mean to. I'm just trying to get you guys like on the same page right now. I'm trying to get you on the train. No pun intended of what music we're listening to. But I'm just trying to get you guys to start saving some lapis if you care about these leader skills. That's all I mean. So if I sounded angry or anything like that, I didn't mean it. So anyways, alright, let's get out of here. Peace.